So hello and welcome to Film Mixologist. Today what I'm going to be doing, a video about the blasting cabinet and some of the kind of very long-term maintenance that I'm doing. So this is stuff that you would do probably once every 5 years. As you can see, there are lots of holes here and there's an explanation for that. So the first thing I'm going to change, I have already bought, is these gloves, because the gloves that were there before, they were getting a bit tired, and crucially I was having leaks of blasting material through the gloves. So therefore I'm going to be replacing the gloves for the cabinet. So that's one. And also I'm doing the window here. Now, reason for that is, let me get the original one, and as you can see, you probably, well, obviously this was broken. This is like an acrylic piece, and also it was quite, shall we say, it had a lot of scratches. And basically it was quite opaque, you couldn't see it. So what I did is I went on the interwebs and I bought another one, and as you can see here, as I outlined in my previous video, I put like a sacrificial bit of sacrificial bit of plastic here, sorry, so that when installed and the glass beads come up to this is what gets kind of opaque. I can just kind of take it off and put a new one on, so therefore this bit of the acrylic remains undamaged. Now, however, that was the plan, but I've realized that there is a bit of a problem, because, and this is something that I didn't realize. I mean, I built this blasting cabinet so long ago that I didn't remember that the blasting cabinet, really, the window there, had two components. Had a glass component and the acrylic component. So I generally kind of forgot about it. But then looking at the acrylic and looking at the glass, actually it was this piece of glass that was facing the beads, and I used to put my kind of sacrificial bit of plastic onto the glass, and it was the glass that was facing the beads. But if you look at it, the glass and, let's say, the acrylic is much more opaque, so less clear than the glass. So then I thought, hang on a minute, why should I bother kind of putting this to make something that is not gonna be kind of that great? So then what I did, this is November 2020, just before a national lockdown, I procured kind of a new thicker piece of glass, which is basically the height of the old glass plus the acrylic. And so now what I'm going to do, and as you can see, it's much clearer than the glass and the acrylic. So now the only thing I need to do is, which I have it on order, is just put the plastic here, and it will be ready to install in the plastic cabinet. And also the other thing is, you can't see them there, but I've got 50 kilos of brand new glass beads, because it was getting completely impossible to work with the blasting cabinet, because they need replacing regularly, and it just wasn't working. A couple of other things, useful things to know. Now, when you are doing this sort of thing, when you're changing the glass here, or when you're changing gloves, it's an excellent opportunity to clean really well inside the blasting cabinet, because sometimes it's very difficult to reach into certain places. And also there is an order of integration. When you put the you have to put the glass and tighten the glass first before you put the gloves. Why? Because these bolts here are somewhat inaccessible when you try to do them if the gloves are there. So if you don't have the gloves, you can put your hand in there and do the bolts much easier. So I'll show you a bit of a close-up when I finish, when I've got everything ready, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is the finished article. This is how the blasting cabinet looks now. As you can see here, there is a brand new glass with the sacrificial bit of plastic, clear plastic, and as you can see, you have very good visibility of the inside of the cabinet. Also, so you can see here, the gloves are brand new as well. I'll show you inside the cabinet. So there's a bit of glare from the lights, but as you can see, I filled it in with brand new glass beads, 50 kilos of it. So this tool is now ready to go and ready for the next project to start working.